Hello, fellow Mario brothers and sisters, and welcome to another episode of Memory Lane Gaming. I am your host, the Tanuki. Today we will be tackling World 2, The Desert, on Super Mario Bros. 3. Let's get right into it. I said in the last episode that I would be explaining why I love Mario 3 so much, and I figure now is probably a great time to do that. The key word and the key thing that I enjoy the most about Mario 3 is it's got a lot, well, that was smooth, it's got a lot of freedom. What I mean by that is the game gives you the ability to play pretty much however you wish. Actually, I wanted to go this way. With all of the various abilities that are in the game, you can play pretty much however you want. And that's every single level. If you want to try to speedrun the game doing it as just Small Mario, you're more than welcome to do that. If you want to basically cheat and fly over the entire level, there's ways to do that too. If you want to really challenge yourself, you can slap on a frog suit and try every single level that way. I missed, and I nearly got crushed. And that's the biggest thing that I really enjoy about Mario 3 the most, as compared to any other Mario game, and as compared to pretty much any other game. Yes, there are many games that give you unparalleled freedom, but at the same time, those games tend to lack a little bit of structure. If you're... That was brilliant. Games like Grand Theft Auto and such, they tell you where to go and what to do, but there's no reason for you to necessarily do it, unless you want to follow the story. In this game, it gives you a great amount of freedom, having the ability to skip several levels, as well as giving you the structure to not get completely sidetracked all the time. And that comes back to the being able to play however you want. Whether you want to play small, large, with tail, without tail, firepower, whatever. You can play however your little heart desires, provided you have the tools to do it in the first place. Well, I screwed that up. I'm gonna go ahead and kill myself. This is actually the level that, if you manage to get all the coins, you get a white mushroom house. And that's the entire reason why I killed myself. Well, that happened. Now, a lot of people argue that as far as 2D Mario games go, Super Mario World is the best. And while I agree that it is an amazing game, without a doubt, I can't rank it higher than this because I forgot about that one. I can't rank it higher than this because while it does give you a lot of freedom, it also restricts you a few times. Not a huge amount, but enough, and I completely forgot to hit the P. Like, you can take Yoshi into just about every level, provided it's not some sort of a castle or ghost house. Well, I screwed it up again. Oh well, I'm just gonna move on. I'm taking too much time on this level. Got a star! That's probably my biggest complaint with the newer Mario games, namely the new Super Mario Bros. Series. And that is, when it comes to specifically Yoshi, you're only able to play him on the levels they say is allowed. And if they had done that originally, like the Donkey Kong Country series, with their animal rides, and restricting them to certain levels and all that, then I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with it in regards to restricting Yoshi. That was very close. But considering they gave you the option to take Yoshi pretty much wherever you wanted to in Super Mario World, and in Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, he was the main character. To go back and restrict him is kind of... it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because they made such a big deal about including Yoshi in the new games. And you can tell that they put a lot of time into creating Yoshi for this game. Or for those games, I mean. The ability to catch fireballs or hammers in your mouth as Yoshi in the new Super Mario Bros. Series is pretty cool. But you can only do that on certain levels. And I don't really understand... Hello, Mario, brother. I don't really understand why they would put so much time into making all these neat effects for Yoshi and neat abilities for Yoshi, and then be like, well, you can only use it on this level, and you can only use this on this level, and so on and so forth. That is probably my biggest complaint in regards to the newer Super Mario Bros. Games. And the 3D Mario games follow like the exact same pattern of doing things, and that is, they restrict you on what you can or cannot do. You want, in Mario Galaxy, you want to use B Mario on a different level? Well, you can't do it. And while it kind of makes sense in regards to the 3D Mario games as to why you're not allowed to do that, it doesn't really make sense for the 2D Mario games, except just because they can. By no means am I saying that I don't like the new Super Mario Bros. Series. I do enjoy it. I just would enjoy it more if they gave you more freedom. And this level right here, going back to Mario 3 discussion, this level is probably one of the most hated or loved levels among people because of this damn sun, which, as long as you know what you're doing, doesn't pose too much of a threat. This level is actually very bland without the sun. Come on, star! Got it. However, I do wish they would bring the sun back for more levels in the newer series. If I remember correctly, he came back for 1 or 2 levels, but not too many. That was extremely close. In case you may not have guessed, another reason why I love Super Mario Bros. 3 so much is because of the Tanuki suit, which sadly I won't be able to get for a few more worlds. But it's, believe it or not, it's actually the strongest power-up in the game. And that's going to confuse some people. They're going to think, well, isn't it the Star or the Hammer Brothers suit or something like that? And the answer is no. While those are both extremely powerful, they're not as powerful. The Hammer Brothers suit is easier to use its power. Well, that was brilliant. However, the Tanuki suit itself is actually stronger. It can kill several things, several enemies, that... I didn't mean to do that. I accidentally pressed it too fast. But it can kill several enemies that the Hammer Bros suit or the Star cannot kill. I don't know exactly what they're called, but the holographic discs that are in the dungeons, sometimes, not always, but sometimes, they can be killed by transforming into the statue with the Tanuki suit above them and landing on them. It's the other side, isn't it? I haven't figured out... No, I had it right the first time. I haven't figured out, Wow, I completely forgot where this is at. There it is. Now that I've destroyed pretty much everything. I haven't figured out exactly which ones can be killed and which ones can't, or why some of them can be killed and some of them can't. I haven't managed to figure that much out. But regardless, it can kill just about anything by landing on it when you're in the statue form. That makes it a little bit more challenging to use, but that doesn't change the fact that it can do these things that no other ability can do. I was always a very big fan of this particular level because there's two different paths you can take, and they're both vastly different. The bottom path is definitely more challenging, as you can see. I'm not actually going to go all the way back. Completely forgot about that guy. Screwed up my star. Oh, I got another end card. Where was that? Ah, that's where it was. Ah, I was hoping to finish it. Let's go on to the next boomerang, brother. Music box. I'm gonna do the pyramid and then I'm gonna show you guys a secret. I was always a huge fan of the appearance to this stage for some reason, and just the basic idea of it. It's kind of like a castle, but it's not. It's kind of like a castle in the sense that you're inside of a building, I guess. There's a hidden one-up up here. Got it. The idea of putting an actual pyramid level into the desert, it sounds kind of like a no-brainer, but at the same time, I'm so glad that they did it. That block kind of kicked my ass, didn't it? Doesn't really matter what card I get, because either way I'm just getting one up. Time for the secret, which actually leads to this. This mushroom house is the first mushroom house in the game that contains a frog suit. No matter which box you choose, it will always be a frog suit. And then this is the only time outside of World 8 that you can fight Fire Brothers. And they are jerks. Wow. That went much smoother than I thought it would. And there's your third whistle, ladies and gentlemen. There's only 3 whistles in the game, and that is the last whistle. Alright, let's move on to the castle. Oh, it's terrible. The king has been transformed. Please find the magic wand so we can change him back. He's getting sticky stuff all over the place. On to Doom Ship number 2. This one is a lot more difficult than the first one, but it's still not too bad. Stand here, get some extra points just because I can. Have nothing better to do at the time except get shot in the gut. That's okay. This part right here is probably the part that makes this harder than the first one. But as long as you know what you're doing and you don't panic, it's not challenging whatsoever. And then these guys, the wrench throwing, God, I don't even remember their name. Go on down and fight Morton Koopa Jr. I could try to fight him with firepower, but I didn't really feel like it at the moment. Once again, catch the one before it falls. Not something you have to do, but something I always try to do. With the magic wand in my hand, the doom ship disappears, and the king is back to his old self. Looks a little bit better with 2 legs rather than 8. Oh, thank heavens, I'm back to my old self again. Thank you so much. Here's a letter from the princess. Greetings. You can stomp on your enemies using Kuribo's shoe. I have enclosed a jewel that helps protect you. Princess Toadstool. It's funny that she mentions the Kuribo shoe because the Kuribo shoe doesn't even show up until World 5, and it's only in 1 level. However, the Kuribo shoe has a massive fan following because technically it's Mario's first rideable companion, I guess you can call it. Rideable ability, whatever. Anyway, we are done with the desert. Next episode, we will be moving on to the water world, the sea world. I don't remember what it's called specifically. The next episode will probably be split up into 2 episodes, however, because this is a longer world. However, thank you very much for watching episode 2 of Super Mario Bros. 3 on Memory Lane Gaming. I have been your host, the Tanuki. Join me next time. Thank you.